of you beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mindy and today we're going to be doing a speed build here in Sulani. I'm so glad that you guys are with me today. This is a family home and I actually sat down and made up a whole family tree for some of the natives to Sulani in my game save file. So yeah, it's a lot. I will eventually go over all of it with you guys, but not right now. It'll probably be maybe when I like introduce everybody, like before I release my save file. I'm gonna go through each world and kind of introduce you to all the Sims, so I might do it then. But I feel like if I show you right now, it's just gonna be really confusing because you don't know who any of the people are. But I had to think about that while I was doing this house. I actually took a break from building this house so I could start working on the family tree, because I was trying to think of who I wanted to put in here, and I knew that it was going to be somebody from the native land, and yeah, I had to add them into the story, so I needed to write it all down. But here we are. And I'm building in Sulani again. The last 3 builds that I released have been in Sulani, but I guess I'm just really loving it. My next build is not going to, actually my next build is going to be a shell challenge for Evelyn YT. So I'm really excited to do that one, but yeah, it won't be in Sulani. So I'll be taking a break from that for a little bit, but this is a 4-bedroom 1, 2, 3 bathroom home, and it is for a family who has a teenage daughter, a child son, and a toddler son. I chose last minute to add a toddler in. Kind of came out of nowhere. I really wasn't going to add a toddler in, but I don't know, something compelled me to do so. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. It is a longer video. So let's talk a little bit. So I just read that the president is extending the social distancing, like what is it called? Social distancing order for another month. And I guess just part of me really expected this to all be over within a week, and it's not. So I just feel like the gravity of that situation like just hit me within the past hour, and it's just been kind of like depressing because I'm so ready for everything to go back to normal, and I'm ready to move on and move forward from this, but I feel like even when it does, it's not going to be the same. And yeah, it's been really difficult, especially for the kids. You know, my daughter's gonna miss her dance recital, and she's missed dance, and we've missed meetings with church friends, and the kids have friends from church and friends from school and cousins that everybody wants to see. And I know we're not doing this alone, like literally the whole world is doing this with us, but sometimes it can feel very isolating and very alone, I think, and I think everybody's feeling a little bit of that. But I just try to remind myself of all the things that we have to be thankful for, like my family is healthy and safe, and you know, we have a roof over our head, and yeah, we have everything that we need. We've got food, we've got toilet paper. So yeah, I try to just kind of look at it in that light, and it does make me feel a little bit better. But I hate to talk about it. I hate to talk about something but it literally within the last hour, I was like, I've got to record. And then before I did, I just hopped on Facebook and I saw that, and I was like, well, great. There it goes. There goes my happy mood. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So I hope you guys are all hanging in there. I hope you're all healthy, and let me know how you feel about all of this. I know it's a lot to really like think about, but I don't know, we're all going through it, so I feel like we just need to like band together in times like this, and we'll eventually get there. We will eventually get there, and life will resume, but it will not be the same as it was. So anyways, we're gonna get off of the depressing stuff now. Let's move on. So this house that I am currently building, you've seen it kind of come together. I'm really, really proud of the landscaping here. If you watched my last two videos, you know that I kind of commented on how I didn't feel like my landscaping skills in Sulani were very good, but I really took the time in this video to go through like the debug menu, and I took the time to make it look like the plants around it. Sorry, my nose is like running all of a sudden. I don't know why. But I took the time to look at the plants around it, and I wanted to make it look like it blended in. And I think I did that fairly well, and it's got so much landscaping in it. It was the first thing that I did, and I had a lot of fun with it. I don't normally have fun with landscaping, which, yeah, so I'm actually pretty pleased with this. I think it turned out really well. So yeah, you see me just going through and adding. I kind of like frame the house with these little bushes and these hedges. I really loved the plants that I have right there. They came from the debug menu, and they're so big. I actually thought that they came from Jungle Adventure, so I was really pleasantly surprised when I saw that they came from Sulani, or from Island Living, I guess I should say. But yeah, so I really love those plants. I was able to like size them down and make them fit, and it almost makes everything look kind of unkempt and wild, and I like that. Like, maybe they don't really spend a lot of time gardening, it just kind of grows. And yeah, I just really liked that idea. I love all of the different tropical plants and the fun different colors that they bring to the build. It's really nice, and I think it complements the house really well, because I kept with a like a lighter color for the siding on this house, and then I used darker toned woods, and I feel like the different colors of the greenery just kind of make the house pop in that aspect. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this. So yeah, so today has been a really long day for me, but actually it went pretty fast. I've been working on this build all day, and then I took some time to knit for a little bit, but that wasn't going over very well. I'm actually working, so I knit, but I also crochet, and I was actually working on making a crocheted hair scrunchie, which is like really easy to make. But for some reason, mine was just not coming together, and I was getting really, really frustrated, so I decided to stop, and I was like, this is why I play The Sims all the time. This is why, because of things like this. So yeah, I do eventually want to get that done. I want to make just a lot of different ones for my daughter, so she has like some colorful things in her hair that I made. She is like, when she was in school, she really struggled. She's in kindergarten this year, and she really struggled with the idea of, not so much the idea, but she really struggled going to school. She'd never really been away from me up until that point. She didn't go to preschool. So yeah, it was really difficult for her, and she always wanted to take something of mine with her to school. And yeah, I thought recently, I was like, well, why not a hair scrunchie? It's something that she can have in her hair, on her wrist, and it's something that I made, but of course she's not in school right now, so, but I thought that they'd be fun to make anyway, so I'm hoping to make a couple of them, and just in fun different colors for her, and it's kind of something that helps keeps my mind off of things. And yeah, so anyways, you see kind of the landscape come together. You see all the different colors. I love it. They're just so pretty and vibrant, and it looks so nice with the sand. I put a pool in the backyard, and I stuck a swing set in there. I also do end up going back and adding in a toddler slide and a little dollhouse for them to play with, because when I was building this, I didn't really think that I was going to have a toddler in here. Actually, I made it a point when I was thinking about it that there wasn't going to be a toddler in here. Originally, it was just going to be 2 kids and a teenager, but like I said, last minute I decided to have a toddler, so I did have to go back and add a few toddler things, but it all works out in the end, and I think it's a decent play place for the kids. And then right here, I'm just framing up this fire pit with some extra bricks. I think it just makes it look a little more, I don't know, like, I guess I want to say original, but it just gives it a little extra something to it. It just makes it look better, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And so yeah, I just framed it up with some bricks that we have in our debug menu. And then of course I add a table out here and some lounge chairs, and there's really not too much out here. I put an outdoor kitchen, but there's just like a pool. And then I thought too, it was really nice for them to have like an open backyard where they could just like walk to the beach. Maybe it's like a private beach and they own that part, or I guess if you own that part, you wouldn't really need a pool, but you know, I don't know. I don't know my reasoning behind that, but it's nice to have a pool anyway, just in case they don't want to walk all the way to the beach or whatever the case is. I thought it'd be really nice for them to have a pool. I had a lot of fun decorating the pool too. I put in a what are they called? A volleyball net, and it's something that I made a while ago when I was creating a pool, and I used some fencing from, I want to say it's from Cats and Dogs in the debug menu. I could be wrong on that. I think that's where it's from. And it looks like a volleyball net when you stretch it across the pool, and it just works out really well. And then I size up a little soccer ball and yeah, kind of use that as the volleyball. But yeah, I think that's what I'm doing right now, is adding that in there. And I actually change it up a couple different times. So like you see me use this at first, and then I was like, I know there's a different gate that I used because I've done this before, several times before. And I was like, I know this is not the gate. This isn't the one that I use. So yeah, I do eventually get rid of that. And I use a different one, which is more of like a chain link fence. So it looks a little more like it could pass off as a volleyball net, but you'll see me switch that out here in a minute. I've been thinking about doing a tutorial video. Possibly, yeah, this is what I switch it out to. I just feel like it looks a little more like a volleyball net when you put it up on these little metal posts. So I've been thinking about doing a tutorial video. I just don't feel like I know enough original tricks to really make a tutorial video, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I do in a way, but I don't want to do something that like I didn't create. I feel like it's something that I gotta create if I'm gonna make a tutorial video out of it, because I don't want to do a tutorial on what other people created or what other people made, because chances are there's already a tutorial out there of it. So yeah, there's been a lot of tutorials like just focusing around the move object, and yeah, so I don't know, I might get one out. I play around a lot of time in my spare time with move objects, and it's something that I've kind of wanted to be a little bit more aware of, because there's so much that you can do with move objects, and especially if you have the tool mod downloaded, you can do just about anything. Like, it just basically gets rid of all of your limits when it comes to building. So yeah, there's just so much that you can do with that mod. Maybe I'll do like a mod like how to. I know other people have done them. So I don't know. We'll see how it all goes, but I do eventually want to do a tutorial. I also thought about doing something for people who are new to The Sims, almost like a sim tutorial. I know that there's already a tutorial in game, but I just thought it would be really fun to do like a tutorial from an actual person, you know? I don't know. I feel like I would like it more, and then like along the way I can give tips and tricks of what I've found playing the game, or I don't know. I just thought it would be a really good idea. So I'm still kind of toying with that idea and tossing it around in my head. I'm not quite sure exactly if that's what I want to do, but I don't know. It's an option. It's an option. So let me know what you think in the comments down below, if that's something that you would want to see, if you would like to see like a tips and tricks tutorial, or if you think it would be nice to do just a how to play The Sims kind of tutorial. So yeah, let me know. So here I am in the living room, and I was playing around with the fireplace. I sized it down, and then I decided to eventually build a basement underneath it and use some lights that have flames in it. This is not something that I came up with. It's actually from a tutorial that I watched. And I wish I knew who it was that I watched it from. I don't know if they're the original creator of it, but I did get the idea from somebody else, and it just turns out really good. I just put a basement down here. I bring these lights up, and when you go into live mode, you can see right there, they actually come up as like little flames, and it's like a constant flame in your house, and you don't have to worry about anything catching on fire. So it's really, really nice. I really love how this living room turned out. It's very cozy. The brick and the mantle on the fireplace, it just really adds to it. And then I put a bookcase on either side of the chimney or the fireplace, and it just, the colors are really like warm and cozy, and I really like that about this room. I wanted it to feel that way. So yeah, I add in, I think I don't keep those, maybe I do. Yeah, I keep the wicker chairs, and I add in, I think, like a rug and a table, and it's just very cozy in here. I really like it, and there's not a lot in here. Like this whole house doesn't have too terrible amounts of clutter, which is kind of unlike me, but I didn't clutter it up for some reason. I feel like when you're in Sulani and you have a house like this that's kind of on the beach, it's meant to be more open and airy and less cluttered kind of feeling. At least that's what I take away from it. So yeah, and then I just add in a few curtains here, and that's pretty much it for the living room. I do go back and add in a cat bed thing, the little cat trees, because I decide that there is a cat and a dog that live in this home, and the cat actually belongs to the teenager, which I'll tell you a little bit more about when we do her room. But moving on, this is the kitchen, and oh, by the way, I have to talk about the maroon color in here. I don't know why I thought about making everything maroon, and I kind of liked how this tile fit in with the maroon wallpaper, but I do eventually change it out. I don't know why. It felt, with the dark woods, it just looks so good to me, I feel like, and it's a color that I wouldn't normally use, and that's something that I've really been trying to switch up, is like the way that I build, so everything's not the same all the time. So yeah, I do kind of switch that up, and then I do go back after I'm done recording, and I add in a few extra, I do go back and add in some clutter and another shelf underneath that window. Just because I'm me and I can't really complete a house unless it has some kind of clutter to it. So yeah, I do go back and change that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the living room and the kitchen. There's not too terrible much. I put some clutter in here. I put a dog and a cat bowl in here. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that room. And then moving on to the dining room here in a minute. I add in another fireplace in there as well, and yeah, I just really like how the kitchen and the dining room and the living room turned out. I really like this house. I have not play tested it yet, but I have a feeling, because I wanted to wait until I was done with the family tree before I play tested it, because I wanted to have the actual family in here, because this is my save file. I didn't want to add like a whole bunch of tester sims in here just to have to remove them. So that's why I haven't play tested it, but I'm in the process of making some of those families. So I will be play testing it before I release it. It just may be like a day or two before I get it up on the gallery. So yeah, I do kind of apologize about that. I do apologize about that. But if it's something that, you know, you really want to put it in your game, I just want to make sure that everything works. I think everything works. I didn't do anything that was like super crazy that I thought maybe I should play test. Sometimes I do that where I'm like, I should play test this before I do anything with it. But I do just want to make sure that everything works before I upload it to the gallery. So moving on to the dining room here, I went with a tan color in here, and then I put another fireplace in here. I don't know why. I just got the urge to put in another fireplace, and then I do go back and add a high chair later on. But one thing that I need to tell you about the fireplace. So the one in the living room, when you put a basement underneath the house and it's on the edge of the house, for some reason it brings the terrain up. I've seen somebody fix it before, but I don't know how to do that. So if you know how to do that, will you let me know in the comments down below? if that makes sense. Like when you put a basement on the edge of a house, it'll like pull the train up with it. So I don't know why it does that. You might see it later on, because I saw it while I was recording and I was like, what is this? Like, I completely forgot that it does that. Excuse me. And so, yeah, if you know how to fix that, because I've seen somebody do that on a video once, and I don't remember the video. I don't remember who it was, but I've seen somebody correct that issue. So if you know how to do that, will you let me know? That way I can fix it before I upload this video, because yeah, it was really driving me crazy. There's a lot of, what do I want to say, landscaping around it. So, you know, it kind of hides it. It's not a big deal if I don't find a fix for it, but it would just make me feel a lot better if I did have a fix for it and it looked a little bit nicer than what it does now, because right now there's just a big like lump in the ground and I hate it. So moving on to the office here, this is a part that I was like really starting to think about the family that I wanted here, because I was trying to decide if they're going to be native, if they're going to be conservationalist, or am I saying that wrong? Conservationalist. I think it's right. But I was trying to kind of think of the careers that I wanted mom and dad to go down if, you know, if they were going to use this home office as like a business kind of office. And I settled on the fact that dad does want to be a scientist. So I put a board in there, the little like scientist board, and for collecting elements. But I don't know that I'm quite settled on that. I don't know if that's exactly what I want yet, but I'm still like, I have an idea of I know who I'm going to put in here, but I don't know exactly what they're going to do yet. So yeah, I'm still kind of like toying around with the idea, but I think dad's going to be a scientist or a conservationalist. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Conservationalist. I feel like that's right? Conservationalist? I don't know. But anyways, that's what I want him to do. And I thought that he would use his office to maybe study like different kinds of plants or something in his spare time, or maybe he's a marine biologist. I don't know, but they have a nice home office if needed. So moving on to the bathroom. This is the main bathroom, and across from it, I put a guest bedroom. You could make it, if you wanted, you can make it like the master bedroom, but the bathroom's not connected, so you do have to share a bathroom. So I don't know, you could even make it into another living room if you really wanted to, but for me, I had so much space downstairs. I was like, I might as well like put a guest bedroom in, because they have so much family here. Maybe their family comes and stays with them every once in a while. And I do know that the two cousin daughters in this whole mess of a family tree are like really good friends. So maybe she comes and spends the night. I don't know. So moving on to the little sunroom. I really like this room. It's very open and airy. I put a fish tank in here. I was going to put like a whole bunch of plants in here, but there's so many plants on the outside of this window. I felt like it kind of takes away from that. And I felt like one of the appeals to this room would be like sitting in this room, opening up the windows and being able to like smell the different flowers, or just the breeze on the plants or something like that. And so I also put a kitty cat box in here, which probably doesn't smell the best if you're sitting there smelling the flowers, but I had nowhere else to put it. So then this is the guest bedroom. I think I changed that color up to like a bright orangey, kind of like orangey pink color. I'm not exactly, maybe like a coral kind of color, but it's really, really bright. And I wasn't going to do it at first, because sometimes the bright colors can be a little like hard on the eyes. So I tried to use a lot of like wood undertones to kind of soften it a little bit, and put some pictures in here to kind of like draw your eyes off of the wall and onto something else, because it is really, really bright. Excuse me, I'm sorry. It's so hard to talk for, 33 minutes? Yeah, it's so hard to talk for 33 minutes and not lose your voice. So I apologize that my voice is kind of going out. So moving upstairs to the master bedroom, I left it this pretty blue color, and it's really light, and I just love it. The blue bed like fits perfectly, and then these light wood end tables. I love this master bedroom. It's really big. It's kind of an awkward shape, but it also walks out onto like a little balcony. And the way that I made it, I put the roof up so like maybe they can close that window. It looks like a window at the top, and looks like maybe they could just reach up and close it if it's raining, and they could sit there and, you know, just be in the peace and quiet while it's raining or something without being rained on. So yeah, and I just kept with the blue theme and put some blue different patio furniture. Oh my gosh, patio furniture out here. And yeah, the bedroom's not super cluttered. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I didn't put a lot of clutter in here, but I really like it that way. It's really open, it's really airy, and yeah, I think it's pretty nice. So this house actually has 2 boys, by the way, and a girl. So the teenage girl, and then there's a boy child and a toddler child. And I originally was going to have 2 girls and 2 boys, but I knew that one of them was going to be a teenager because the girl's bedroom is super huge, but I end up just keeping it as one teenage girl, and she just has this like super big bedroom. It's like probably as big as the parents' bedroom. It's a really, maybe even bigger, maybe. I mean, it's more of a normal shape, so it may not be bigger, but it's just hard to tell because of the shape. But she's got a pretty big room, and the girl in this story, she does not want to be on the island, which is really hard for her because her parents are natives, her family's native to the island, and everybody's very like big on the culture of the island and keeping the culture alive and all of those things. And she just doesn't want to be here. She wants to be in like a big city, so she wants to live in like San Myshuno. And I think that's going to be like her aspiration, is that she wants to live in the city. So I just thought it was kind of like a nice contrast, because a lot of the family members that I've created so far are really dedicated to the island and keeping the island traditions alive. And so yeah, I just thought it would be fun to have somebody a little bit different kind of come in, and maybe she just didn't want to be here. And I don't think she hates the island. She just wants to be somewhere else. So yeah, that's kind of the story behind her. Then I had these 2 boys here. I imagine the boys are pretty big into island culture because they're going to carry on the last name. So I think that's like pretty important to them in the island. And here I am just grabbing a room that I created on the Sims 4 gallery of just different cluttered items that you can put in kids' rooms. So I just cluttered up some shelves in here. Their room is actually probably the most cluttered. I just took a bunch of toys around. I put some trains on the floor. I put a nice rug on the floor. They've got tons of toys to play with. So I would say that your Sims would stay pretty busy. They also have a scouting board because their father fishes, and so doesn't their grandfather. So they're kind of like fishermen in the family, and so I imagine that they do something with that, like maybe they go fishing, or I don't know, I don't quite know, but I thought that a scouting board, maybe they go camping. I thought that a scouting board would work really good in here. So moving on to the teenage girls island. Oh my gosh, moving on to the teenage girls room. I just put a open closet in here because I had the space, so I decided to just kind of fill it up with a closet, and it's just one that I created and I added a bunch of clutter to, and then I put a wall in front of it with a little window to make it look like it's kind of like half closed and half opened. But yeah, she has a dresser. She's got some built-ins, like some built-in cabinets around her desk in her dresser. She has a full-size bed, and I'm trying to think, I was kind of toying with the idea of putting like a makeup station in here, like a vanity, and I didn't put it in the whole house. So if you like to play if you like to have your Sims like put on makeup and stuff, you might need to add a vanity in here, because that's one thing that I didn't add out of the whole build. But I did remember to put night lights in. I remembered night lights. I remembered the fire alarm. I remembered the trash cans. So we're doing pretty good. I think I still need to put in a mailbox. Maybe there's already a mailbox there. I don't think there's a mailbox there. So I do need to put in a mailbox. But listen, if I remember the trash cans, it's a good day. So it's a good day. So right here, I was just kind of messing around with her desk area. I put some magazines on her desk because I imagine she likes to look at like pictures of like the big city and like hang them up, or she likes to look at pictures like models and people kind of living the fast life. And yeah, I think she really, really enjoys that. So yeah, I just thought that the magazines were a really good addition. And then I just clutter up her room a little bit. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the build. I just finished adding a few things, and like I said, I do go back and add even some more things and just like some little touches here and there off camera, so it may look a little bit different to you when you get it. But yeah, so I don't know, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And oh, by the way, she has a cat, but she also has this cute little I can't remember what I put in there, if it was a hamster or I don't remember what it was, but I thought it'd be really cute to have a little pet in here that she wants to take with her to the city, or she has like her cat that she wants to go to the city with her. So yeah, anyways, we are coming to the end of this video. I'm so glad you guys listened to me rant for this long. If you did not mute it already, I appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you guys, like I said, are all doing well. I know this is a really, really tough time. So if you need anything, feel free to reach out to me. I will respond as soon as I can. But just try to remain hopeful, and remember, if you need somebody to talk to, definitely get somebody to talk to, because these times like this are just really uncertain and it can be difficult. So yeah, if you need somebody to talk to, reach out to a friend or a family member, or me if you need to, whatever you want to do. But just try to remain a little bit hopeful, and remember that you are safe and hopefully healthy. And yeah, so I'm just finishing up the bathroom here, and then I finish up this front porch, and that's pretty much it for this build. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed making this one, and I'm really excited to get my family tree out to you guys. I can't wait. I posted a little bit of it on Twitter today, so if you kind of want to see what I'm doing, you can check it out there. But that's not all the family trees. I have like 4 or 5 different family trees going, so yeah, I'm super excited, and they all go back like 2-3 generations, so I'm super excited about that. I even have one going back 5 generations, so it's been a lot of work, but I'm super excited for it. It just adds so much depth to this, which is exactly what I want in my save file. So yeah, with all of that being said, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And yeah, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, keep up with my everyday life. And with all of that being said, I will see you guys later. Bye.